Hi, everyone. My name is Jackie Galvez, and I'm a fifth-year PhD student at UC Berkeley, an ARCS Fellow, and I am incredibly excited to be sharing some of my research with you all today. I'm so grateful to the ARCS Foundation for the generous funding provided over the past 2 years, which has allowed me to dedicate time to data collection, analysis, and fieldwork for my dissertation. As you can probably tell by the image behind me, I study fish, but before we get into research, I wanted to share a little bit about my own journey through science. This is a photo of me around 5 years old fishing in Bishop, California, and through the fishing trips my family would take every year, this instilled an appreciation for nature, biology, and aquatic systems at a very young age. As you can probably tell, this interest in science helped put me on the path that I'm on now, a PhD student studying human impacts upon the very same fish species, steelhead trout, that I grew up catching. My dissertation explores questions such as how trout body and fin shape change across a dam barrier, and how overall trout anatomy changes when adapting to new environments. And this photo here is actually me at the exact same location, but this time collecting fish for my research projects. As I mentioned before, I study the impacts of artificial human-made dams upon fish anatomy, and while dams are an important source of renewable energy, it is important to also recognize them as a barrier for native migrating fish populations. In particular, dams are a barrier to upstream migration for salmon and trout, and population mixing between fish trapped on either side of the dam. Artificial dams also raise other ecological concerns, including increased sedimentation, which can suffocate salmon eggs, as well as exacerbating the effects of invasive species. When thinking about artificial damming on the West Coast, it's important to balance human need with environmental concerns and conservation of fishes. In order to achieve this balance, we need to ask how human infrastructure influences evolution, particularly for endangered species. Which leads to my research question, does steelhead body shape change between above and below dam samples? Body shape is an important aspect of fish anatomy because it is directly related to a fish's swimming capabilities. A more streamlined or torpedo-shaped fish will be a better swimmer. This dam barrier that I'm studying is called the Benbow Dam, which was on the South Fork Eel River in Northern California for the majority of the 20th century. Using museum specimens, we can take photos of organisms collected during the dam's operation and look at anatomical changes in steelhead trout. In the interest of time, I won't be presenting all of my findings here today, but I did want to highlight one exciting one. And when we look at our data, we see that above and below dam fish do differ in body shape as pictured by the drawings here. Overall, when looking at body shape in above dam fish, we see that these trouts have larger heads and eyes overall, whereas in below dam fish, these fish have smaller heads and eyes and are overall more streamlined or torpedo-shaped. If you remember from a bit earlier, this means that these fish are likely to be better swimmers, which makes sense biologically in the system, as below dam fish are less impeded by the dam barrier and are therefore more likely to migrate to and from the ocean. And as I mentioned before, this is only a snapshot of my work, and I have a lot more theories about what's going on here, which I'm excited to share at the ARCS Symposium this April. For now, I'll just say thank you for listening, and I'm excited to see where this research goes, as well as to meet you all. And once again, major thank you to the ARCS Foundation for helping to fund this project. Thank you.